What if I told you that the Pi network just dropped 2 updates that could change everything about the way you interact with the ecosystem? New apps are live. A new, simpler way to recover your account is here. And while it might sound like just another update, these changes hint at something bigger: real movement toward a fully functioning Pi economy. Curious yet? You should be. Because by the time we're done here, you'll see why this quiet update could be the loudest signal yet that Pi's evolution is far from over, and it's only just beginning. Let's get into it. The Pi network has just made 2 critical changes, and both are pointing toward growth, accessibility, and real-world utility. First, several brand new community apps have been added to the Mainnet ecosystem interface. These aren't just filler; these apps represent Pi's commitment to building actual use cases and making the network a vibrant, dynamic space for pioneers to interact, explore, and eventually trade. At the same time, Pi introduced a major improvement in account security, a new way to recover your account using a trusted email address. This gives users more control, greater access, and a stronger sense of security in managing their accounts. Let's start with the new apps. For those unfamiliar with the Mainnet ecosystem interface, think of it as the Pi network's own version of an app marketplace, except much more selective. Not every app gets in. In fact, only those that meet strict standards are listed. We're talking about criteria like app quality, how complete and polished the user experience is, the actual utility it provides to users, and compliance with the network's policies and ecosystem guidelines. This latest wave of apps, 5 in total, includes a wide variety of tools and experiences. One is a fun and nostalgic snake game that brings back memories of early mobile gaming. It's lightweight entertainment, sure, but it signals that Pi is also thinking about user engagement on a day-to-day level. The list also includes e-commerce apps, which begin to test what many are waiting for: the ability to spend Pi in exchange for real goods and services. That's a crucial step for any cryptocurrency trying to establish itself as a medium of exchange, not just a store of value or speculative asset. There are also apps that offer in-depth information about the Pi token itself, its function, its progress, and how it fits into the broader economy of the network. Education and transparency are 2 major pillars of any successful ecosystem, and these tools help pioneers understand what they're actually participating in. Now, while this curated list of 5 apps is exciting, it's important to understand something: this is not a comprehensive list of all Pi-compatible apps out there. The Pi core team is being selective on purpose. Only apps that meet their standards are displayed in the interface. But that doesn't mean there aren't more out there. In fact, many third-party Pi developers have built and launched apps that operate on the mainnet or are ready to do so. Some of these developers maintain their own directories or listings, which might include dozens more options for curious pioneers to explore. So if you're hungry to see the full scope of the Pi ecosystem, don't stop at the interface. There's a bigger universe out there worth digging into. But let's pull back a bit. Why do these apps even matter? Because every new addition to the ecosystem helps move Pi from potential to reality. Every working app means more utility, more engagement, and more opportunities for adoption. The network becomes more alive with each new project. Developers are encouraged to build. Users are encouraged to try. And the line between test phase and real-world economy begins to blur. These apps set examples. They demonstrate what success looks like within the Pi network's vision. They inspire other developers to take the plunge and build something valuable, knowing there's an engaged user base waiting to test, use, and give feedback. And over time, that's how ecosystems scale, not through hype, but through consistent, quality growth. Now let's shift to something a bit more technical but no less important: account recovery. Until recently, recovering your Pi account could be a bit of a headache. If you ever lost access, especially your password, it wasn't always easy to get back in. And in the world of crypto, where access equals ownership, that's a major problem. The latest update solves that by adding a new password reset flow, built around something most people are already familiar with: email. Now, if you've set up a trusted email address in your Pi account, you'll receive a password reset link sent directly to that email whenever needed. This doesn't replace other security measures, it adds another layer. And it makes account recovery more intuitive, especially for everyday users who may not be tech-savvy or don't have consistent access to mobile verification systems. Email recovery is widely considered one of the most universal and reliable tools for digital security. Unlike methods that depend on mobile carriers or text messages, which can vary wildly in reliability across countries, email works pretty much the same way everywhere. That's important for a project like Pi, which has users in over 230 countries and territories, many of whom live in regions where telecom services are unreliable, expensive, or even unavailable. This new recovery method strengthens not just individual accounts, it strengthens the entire network. It means fewer users dropping off due to lost access. It means more people staying connected, staying active, and continuing to engage with the ecosystem. In short, it's a quality-of-life improvement that directly supports broader participation. So what does all of this mean in the big picture? It means that Pi Network is maturing. Slowly, steadily, and methodically. These updates, on the surface, small, are signals. They show us that the core team isn't rushing hype-driven features or trying to go viral. Instead, they're building infrastructure. Infrastructure that supports developers. Infrastructure that protects users. Infrastructure that allows an ecosystem to not just survive, but thrive. With every new app, Pi takes a step toward being more than a mining button on your phone. It becomes a place where you can play, shop, learn, and eventually, earn. And with every new security feature like the email recovery system, it proves that it's taking the user experience seriously, not just for today, but for the long haul. For early adopters, this is your reward. You're witnessing the growth phase. For newcomers, it's a welcome sign that this is more than theory, it's turning into something tangible. And for skeptics? Well, the best way to measure a crypto project's potential is by watching what it does, not what it says. And Pi Network is clearly doing a lot. So here's the question, what are you going to do in this ecosystem? Are you just watching from the sidelines, or are you ready to participate? Whether you're a developer, a casual user, or someone just getting started, now is the time to pay attention. If you've tested any of the new Pi apps, drop a comment below, let us know what your experience was like. And if you haven't, go check them out. Start exploring. Start engaging. And as always, if you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a Pi update. This is more than a network. It's a movement. And it's building, one update at a time.